My name is Mortonette Jenkins, and I grew up in Watts, California, 110th and Grape Street, the infamous Grape Street that so many of the rap artists and hip-hop artists talk about in their songs. I actually grew up there, and that's in Southern California. My mom said when I was in the crib that I was constantly singing these little songs, and they said, "We think she's singing, and they said I would sing for hours and hours and hours. And then as I grew, I played the piano and I sang all the time, and I wrote my original songs and everything like that. And so some friends of mine entered me into the KGFJ Soul Search, which was the big thing back in that day, like American Idol, The Voice, The X Factor, and those shows are today. And so I didn't want to go, and I told them I wasn't going. My mom said, "You're going. If they think enough of you to go, you're going to go." So I went, and to my surprise, I ended up winning first place at the KGFJ Soul Search, and I got a recording contract with Capitol Records, and I went on to have a cash box pick of the week single that I wrote and everything like that. And so I actually started out as a solo singer, and then as my life moved on, I got married, and my husband, we met with tragedy. My husband got killed, and then I kind of like backed off of the music for a while. And let me think. Yeah. As you can see, that makes me sad to think about it and talk to you about it. But it actually enhanced my life because I was able to really write songs from a true place of pain, a true place of loss, and then everything kind of stopped for a while. And then I went on to audition. Well, let's see. What happened next was a lot of years went by, and I was raising my kids and things like that. And then, the tragedy was my husband got killed, just like out of the blue. Like, we're a young couple, kids. I was pregnant with the third baby, all that. So years went by, a couple of years went by, and then I got a call to do a backup session for Barbra Streisand. And we performed at the Forum, and there was like so many people. And I met Quincy Jones that night for the first time, and not knowing at that time that I would be chosen to be his lead singer and go on a nationwide tour with him, with a group called the Watts Line. So I did that for a few years, and then after that, I, constantly doing backup sessions, getting called to do different things. In the interim of that, I don't know if you remember Billy Paul. He did a song called "Me and Mrs. Jones." Well, during his Grammy, I was one of his backup singers, and so I toured with Billy Paul at that time when he was really big, and we went all over the world doing things with him. And then from there, let me think. Oh yes, I remember getting a call from Quincy's office to do a backup session for Michael Jackson, and it was for his Off the Wall album. And so we did "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough" and "Rock with You," and there was two other ones that we did that didn't actually get on the album itself, but those two I'm on there and I'm singing that, and then with the Brothers Johnson, singing with them, Linda Ronstadt, Aaron Neville, Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight, so many people. Let me think. Celine Dion, live performances with her, and let's see, Paul Anka. Of all the artists that I've worked with, like Elton John, touring with him for like 7 years and experiencing incredible, looking out at audiences so big and so vast, you can't even see the end of them. It's just like a sea of people in front of you. But who has influenced me the most in my career has been Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones taught me the importance of intervals and how an interval can either sell an emotion or still an emotion. So I thank you, Quincy, wherever you are. And also another person that was very influential to me was Barbra Streisand, who during rehearsals and things, she was so focused and so intense, so intense. And you had to respect her approach to everything that she did was with mastery. And so when I do things for myself now, I use that focus and I use those intervals and I use that stamina, and I remember the energy that comes from the audience that is so strong electrically till you feel like it's going to just knock you over. It's just so powerful. And I wanted to say that. You know, as I think about my career as a backup singer, there was one night in particular when I was with Barbra Streisand. We were at the Forum and the place was packed. The people were screaming, crying, applauding, and she actually got a 20-minute standing ovation. And that to me was so thrilling. I mean, like the chills and the goosebumps and the waves were flowing through my body as the people just kept going and they kept going. The momentum kept going and going and going and going. And I recall that night because I had bought some brand new shoes that I just had to have for that concert. And every second of those 20 minutes seemed like an hour. Thought I'd share that. Among all the TV shows that I've been a part of and done, you know, for instance, the American Music Awards, MTV Awards, I sang backup with Poison on the American Music Awards, and that was like so great. You know what? This wasn't an actual TV show, but it was a Sony movie short, and it was called The Chup Chups. And I was the lead character singer in that one, and it actually won an Academy Award. Woohoo! You know, as a solo artist, I created my own concert series called Shift, S-H-I-F-T, happens, haha. And it is dedicated to all feel-good experiences to shift you into an emotion of happiness, because happiness creates healing and all these kind of things. And so I've been doing that, as well as took off some time to get my doctorate degree. And I've been writing books about my career at this point. And after I do that, I will get back into my Shift Happens concert series, which I say change the world one concert at a time. One smile, one laugh, one happy thought. And right now I'm doing a lot of solo appearances for conferences and, you know, spiritual centers that have special inspirational singers. I'm doing that. And that's been very fulfilling for me at this time. I look at being a backup singer as one of the most important things in the world, because our energy, our support, what we give to these amazing, talented people is that spiritual foundation and energy that supports them and holds them up at all times. And carrying that with me, being on stage with so many of these incredible people, that seeps into you. When you're on stage with them every night, some of that greatness goes into you. So now you can share that greatness that you learned from them, that they shared with you, with the world. And we can all uplift each other and uplift the world by allowing the experiences that we have had and that I've had as a backup singer to just touch the world with a little love, touch the world with a little caring, touch the world with a little healing from the energy that we exude. And I'm just thankful. I'm thankful to be a part of this and to have been spending 40-something years of my life in this music industry. That's all I have to say about that.
That's jazz right there. Sorry about that. That's jazz.